Hi and welcome back to my channel. In this video you have my February unboxings. I am starting off February with a January unboxing because they didn't ship this book out until January 31st. So I just got it a couple days ago. That was February 5th? Yeah. Anyway, it's my Illumicrate book, and like another book which I will get either later this month or maybe next month because of shipping delays, it was a duplicate with Caffeine and Legends, meaning yet again I have to skip Caffeine and Legends. Hopefully I have an unlimited amount of skips. I don't know what their policy is on that, but I want to get their boxes. Anyway, to the Illumicrate book. This is really pretty. I love this color. Ooh. It is Voyage of the Damned, and here we have solid block sprayed edging. I love the design. On this side we have foiling on the front, nothing on the back, but I love this imagery here. That's fantastic. Almost dropped the book in my face. Same on both sides, but I really enjoy it. That's cool. They make it into a map a few pages in. I even brought my glasses back with me because I need them to read. And instead of trying to squint to see the plot summary, I have my handy dandy glasses to help. Actually, you know what? Voyage of the Damned was not a duplicate with Caffeine and Legends. It was a duplicate with Goldsboro. There was a different duplicate with Caffeine and Legends. 12 magical blessings, 12 days at seas. Oh, I already like this. My favorite number is 12. One chance to stop a killer and save the world. For 1,000 years, Concordia has maintained peace between its provinces. To mark this incredible feat, the Emperor's ship embarks upon a 12-day voyage to the sacred goddess mountains. Aboard are the heirs of the 12 provinces of Concordia, each graced with a unique and secret magical ability known as a blessing. This sounds like it's all going to go wrong. Oh, interesting, except for one who's a class clown, slacker, and all-around disappointment. Oh, there's a murder. It's a murder mystery on a boat in a fantasy world. And the one that has to solve it is the one without a gift. That sounds intriguing. Next we have Book of the Month. Once again, I got 4 books. Since I have gotten all the books off my TBR, all the books that I get in my monthly box are from either that month's selections or the add-on selections. And interestingly, I don't know the timing of when they release Book of the Year votes. I voted on it a while back, but nothing else has been said. So I'm intrigued about this. This book is a lot thicker. I don't remember which one was my actual pick, but I ended up with the couple that were high on my list, and I stopped myself from accidentally duplicating a book. So first off, we have The Mayor of Maxwell Street, and I'm just gonna keep my glasses on for this section so I don't have to keep taking it off. Yep, this is a February pick. I believe this is historical fiction. The year is 1921 and America is burning. A fire of vice and virtue rages on every shore, and Chicago is its beating heart. I have a soft spot for Chicago. Okay, so we have Nellie Sawyer is the daughter of the wealthiest, I'm not gonna say it, in America, whose affluence catapulted his family to the heights of black society. After the unexpected death of her only brother, Nellie becomes the premier debutante overnight. Okay. So, oh, interesting. So, okay, Nellie is one of the characters. Her father, Jay, is, well, interesting. I'm not sure. No, it's a different person. Oh, it's a different person. Someone who is born in rural Alabama to a murdered biracial couple. Interesting. That's early on in history for that to be happening. Their paths cross. They're trying to expose the mayor, bring about resolution to corruption in the city. Oh, this is a debut novel. So we shall see. It is, I believe, historical fiction. I'm not doing a great job at the summary on this one, but I am intrigued by this, and I am getting more into historical fiction. And this is thick. Let's see how many pages this is. 508. Okay. At first, when I looked at that 5, I thought it was a 3, and like 308? No, this is more than 308. 508. This is big for a Book of the Month selection. Then we have another one, which might have also been my pick. I don't remember. And that is The Foxwife. I believe this is also historical fiction. I do not know. It might also have a little bit of magical realism. I think it does. Okay. Some people think foxes are similar to ghosts because we go around collecting chi, but nothing could be further from the truth. We are living creatures, just like you, only usually better looking. Okay, so this is a mix of historical fiction and magical realism. I have heard of this, one of this author's previous books, The Night Tiger. I have not read any of this author's work, but this is set in Manchuria, 1908, the last years of the dying Qing Empire. A courtesan is found frozen in a doorway. Her death is clouded by rumors of foxes, which are believed to lure people by transforming themselves into beautiful women and handsome men. Bao, a detective with an uncanny ability to sniff out the truth, is hired to uncover the dead woman's identity. Okay, I think I'm really going to like this because murder mystery, magical realism, I'm intrigued. The only complaint I have is that there's damage to this book on the corner there. That's disappointing. Anyway, the other highly sought after release for a lot of people, and I have not yet read any of this author's books, which have won Book of the Year awards from Book of the Month, but Kristin Hannah has a new book, The Women, and I believe it's set during the time of the Vietnam War, if that is any indication. So it's at once an intimate portrait of coming of age in a dangerous time and an epic tale of a nation divided. All right, so this is set in 1965. I think it's a multiple perspective narrator, maybe, but so far, okay, no, it's not multiple perspective. The Women is the story of one woman gone to war, but it shines a light on all women who put themselves in harm's way and whose sacrifice and commitment to their country has too often been forgotten. I'm not sure because I'm not following all of the U.S. patriotic stuff, but I'll give it a chance. Oh, the whole thing, all of my books are damaged on that corner. Yeah, that's a bummer. Anyway, a novel about deep friendships and bold patriotism. The Women is a richly drawn story with a memorable heroine whose idealism and courage under fire will come to define an era. I'm not 100% certain, but I really love this cover. I love looking at little known stories about eras that aren't necessarily talked about a lot, so I'm willing to give this a shot. Obviously, I picked it. And then the other one is the shortest, and I think this was an add-on. Yes, this is an add-on. Literary fiction. You can see even more the damage to the corner of this. And if I think about, if we look at my box, that's disappointing. So I am trying to get more into literary fiction and historical fiction, all of these. One is magical realism, which they might count as fantasy. The other two are historical fiction, and then this is literary fiction. This is Hard by a Great Forest. This one intrigues me because it is set in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia, which is very close to where my heritage is of Armenia. I believe they are neighboring countries. Saba is just a child when he flees the fighting in the former Soviet Republic of Georgia with his older brother and father for asylum in England. 2 decades later, all three men are struggling to make peace with the past, haunted by the places and people they left behind. The father figure decides to go back to Georgia because apparently they had to leave his wife and the mother of the other two characters behind, and they're waiting for news. And then he disappears. But within weeks of his arrival, the father disappears, and the final message they receive from him causes a mystery to unfold before them. And this is the message. I left a trail I can't erase. Do not follow it. He decides to retrace his father's footsteps to discover what remains. So I'm really intrigued by this just because it's set in an era that is not explored a lot, an area as well. And also this is a little out of my comfort zone because it is a male protagonist. I tend to read more from female protagonists, especially in the literary fiction genre. Okay, I'm back with another unboxing. This is my comics subscription. Normally I try to open these before I start filming, but I forgot to do that. So it has a normal USPS envelope on the front and then the cardboard packaging. This feels thicker than the others, more substantial. Because this is the kids subscription, it comes with a really cute little sticker there and a button. I'm not going to keep those, but that's typical for me. Oh, this is a hardcover. I have not had a hardcover graphic novel except for the Lore Olympus series. This is Kay is in Trouble by Gary Clement. And this graphic novel debut From award-winning picture book author, illustrator Gary Clement, a young boy named Kay does his best to navigate a world where everyone is astoundingly and hilariously unkind. Kay is nice, polite, and always does as he told. Kay is also always in trouble. That seems cute. But I am really intrigued that it's hardcover. No wonder it felt so much more substantial than the others. Okay, I'm back with what will probably be the second to last clip of unboxings because all I have left is one more Fairy Loot. I don't know whether this is the young adult or the adult, as well as Illumicrate. So I have Fairy Loot and I also have The Broken Binding, which is book 2 in, I forget what the series name is called. I'm going to open that one up first. This is the series that I really don't know anything about, but I believe is Norse inspired, I should say. So we have the pretty present wrapping. I believe these are hand wrapped. Every time, which is really cool. Hanged God series, that's what this is called. The first one was Northern Wrath, I believe. Oh, this looks intense. I like the colorway on it, but it looks super intense. So this is Shackled Fates. On the back it says a giant lays dead in the Hall of Fates. Now let the word spread and open the gates. So we've got block on both sides. And then, wow, that is super cool. I'm trying to think of whether or not it builds like the Powder Mage trilogy did, because I remember it was something about a tree, but that is super cool. I'll have to wait and see. We've got end page art, looks like Northern Lights, and unique art here. And then once again, interesting. I'll have to compare this to the first one, but it looks similar. I wonder if those shields, those symbols, are different than on the first one. Because I remember there being shields. I think those are different than the first one, but it's a very similar layout, which is interesting. Again, I don't know anything about this series, so I will not be giving a synopsis. Now to Fairy Loot, and it is, oh, this is the adult box, which I'm a little bit nervous because it's by an author that typically writes fantasy romance, but her books do lean heavy on the fantasy side of it, so I may enjoy it. And so I thought about skipping this one, but this is Norse inspired. Let me get so this is the Dear Reader letter, and then here is the book. Oh my word, that is gorgeous. I hope I love this book. I love the color here. This is A Fate Inked in Blood. Oh, I love this cover so much more than the original. I don't have the original cover, but this is gorgeous. Born in fire, chosen by the gods, it was foretold she would unite a nation. But unfated weave their own destiny, even if what they want is forbidden and she wants him. Maybe this is more on the romantasy. We shall see. Sometimes I like those. All right, let's look. Oh, it's got designs on both sides there and down the pages there. I hope I like this. This book is gorgeous. It is stunning. So we've got a design on the front, which is giving strong romance vibes. Nothing on the back. Got artwork here. And like I thought, it's the guy here. I wish I liked romance books because Fairy Loot is going hard for romantasy. I'm hoping that their new subscription for just straight romantasy will mean there will be more actual fantasy books in this subscription. I'm hoping for good things here. Okay, I am going to wrap up this unboxing video with my last Fairy Loot box. I believe that this is the young adult box because in the last unboxing I got the adult box. I am not going to wait on Illumicrate. I haven't gotten a shipping notification and I just want to go ahead and wrap things up. So it might just be that Illumicrate is always going to get included in the next month's unboxings. So we have the spoiler card right here. This is a moth to the flame as the theme. Then I'm going to grab the book out from underneath all of the packing peanuts. I'm going to reach in first and get the Dear Reader letter. Maybe there is not a Dear Reader letter because I don't feel one. All right, so let's just go ahead and take the book out then. Maybe this is one where it's bound in. So here we go. This is the Crimson Moth with block sprayed edges on top and bottom, and a very pretty design here. And on the back it says, she was the Crimson Moth, a wanted criminal, not to mention a witch hiding in plain sight. But this wouldn't be the first time she walked into a space full of the people who hunted her kind. She'd done it hundreds of times before without batting an eye. So why was there a tiny seed of fear sprouting inside her? All right, so let's take a look under the dust jacket. Well, first off, we have reverse dust cover art, which I actually like better because I'm not a huge fan of people on my cover. If I end up keeping this book, I will probably flip this around. Then we have end page art, which is the same on both sides. Let's see if there is a bound in. Yes, so the Dear Reader letter is bound in, hence no extra card. It is not signed, which is totally fine. And this is the front, and this is the back. So there we go. There's the last of my February unboxings. Since the only other book that I got this month, technically I also got Spy Family Volume 2. Other than that, and my pre-order of A Tempest of Tea, which I mentioned in my vlog, which is going to be an accidental duplicate because of how far in advance I pre-ordered it, it's only the BookBox books that are adding to my owned TBR, so I might actually be in the negative for this month, but I haven't figured those stats out yet. We shall see in my wrap up and TBR video. Thanks so much for watching. I hope to see you in the next one.